Hi everyone, I hope you are so really well. And in this lesson, we will talk about present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. And we will use this tense in our explanation about the data into the business into the business organization and how and what is the key aspects when we use data into the business operations. So I'm going to share my screen to start with our um, our practice class. So in this lesson, I will need to remember with you this present perfect tenses, first simple, then continuous, because you maybe answer what is the point that I need to use these tenses. Well, in this case, as we saw in last videos into this course, it's so important practice our English skills in this in this uh, in this field of the data because many manuals are in in English language, and I think it's so important speaking in this language because and technical interview, if you have a technical interview, maybe we will go in English, and it's so important practice technical key concepts. Well, in spite of that information, I'm going to start define these tenses. So when we use present perfect simple and present perfect continuous, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous, um, usually we are using to connect the past and the present. So in key aspects, well, present perfect simple focus on a result or a completion of an action. It's formed with have, has, plus the past participle of the main verb. And this is so important. This definition is so important because it refers that when we want to use um, this tense present perfect simple, we will use when when we completion or when we completion an action or finish do or finish doing that action. And we use this tense. We can use this tense as a positive, negative, or question. And this is the structure about that 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 three options. Positive structure is 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 have this this main these key words: subject plus verb have or has, depends of the subject. of the subject that you are using. For example, if you are using I, you must use have. Or if you are using, if you are using she, you must use um, has. That is the rule. And in the negative, we need to use the subject plus have or has plus not plus past participle. Remember the verbs in its past participle form. And finally, the question are when we speaking or use this tense writing or speaking, the key aspect is put the verb have or has um, before and before our subject and the verb in past participle form, and it complement. This is the question. For example, if we use the structure in positive form, maybe uh, we use this sentence: I have done my homework, no? Or I have eaten the lunch that my girlfriend bought me, for example. Or in the negative form, she hasn't finished her homework yet. Or the question, have you ever been to Paris? Or have you ever seen that movie? Or have you ever land in a enormous airport in Asia? This is this could be an example. And the key uses is when completed actions with a result in the present, the focus is on the outcome. For example, I lost my keys means I don't have them now. Life experiences, we use it to talk about things we've done at some point in our lives without specifying when. For example, he has visited 5 countries. And actions repeated multiple times. The emphasis is on the number of times something has happened. For example, I have seen that movie 3 times. Situations that started in the past and continue in the present, specifically with stative verbs. This is often used with verbs like be, know, live, work, or study. For example, we have lived here for 10 years. Or she she has known that her dog born there, for example. This is the use about present perfect simple. And we have the use of present perfect continuous. The present perfect continuous is a focus or emphasize the duration and ongoing nature of an action. It formed with have or has plus been plus the present perfect participle ing form. This is the infinitive plus ing. infinitive plus ing. Okay, the structure positive subject plus have, has, plus been, plus verb in ing. Like this, we have been waiting for an hour. We, we have waiting for an hour, but our friend haven't appeared yet, for example. And in this sentence, I combined the present perfect continuous with present perfect simple. Negative subject have or has plus not plus been plus verb in ing form. Like this, he hasn't been feeling well lately. Or we haven't mm, going there going there yet. No, this is like this is the example. And question have or has subject plus been plus verb in ing. Have you been working all day, or have you been studying uh, have you been studying for 3 hours today, or have you been working about 30 minutes about 30 minutes? And this is the structure, the key structure. And key uses action that started in the past and are still continuing. This tense hides that the activity is in progress. For example, it has it has been raining all morning, or it has been mm, bloody. It has been bloating uh, all the day, or it has been shining all the day, or it has been mm, it has been it has been it has been working all the morning. It has He has been working all the morning because he started in the past and continuing doing that action that have just stopped, but have a visible result in the present. The focus is on the activity that caused the result. For example, my eyes are red because I have been crying. Or for example, um, my 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 refrigerator was empty because I been eating all the day, all the morning. Or for example, my computer is is turning on because I've been working all the day with it. Started in the past and continue and still continuing at this moment. to emphasize the length of time. This is often used with phrases like for a long time, all the day, or since. For example, I've been studying for 10 hours. I've been studying since I've been studying mechatronic since 2020, for example. And temporary situations, it can suggest that a situation is not permanent. For example, I've been living in a hotel since my house was damaged. I've been sitting in this bench since my car, since my since my engine car failed, for example, because I'm waiting for the mechanic repair my car engine, now, like something like that. So we going to start the session about the importance of the data into the business. Okay, data information, as we speaking in the last video, is so vital in many companies nowadays because the data is so important in the day-to-day business and operations in many organizations. Uh, they have nowadays called the data as a currency, as a lifeblood, or a new oil, because with the data, companies can extract information, and the companies have been uh, calling data as new oil since 5 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that, or for a long time. Yes, the companies have been calling lifeblood data a long time ago. No, this is important. This is the importance with the data nowadays, and it's so important to get a best economy into the government or the company. Whether or not an organization gets value from its analytics, it cannot even transact business without data. This part is so important because with the data, many companies uh, nowadays needs the data to make transactions like a bank. The banks needs data to have transactions with their apps, their cash machines, their or their another method that the bank use with manage data or develop operations, make operations, build operations, and and get and with that operations, the operations is produce, analyze that the company can use to improve their service or improve their products. Organizations that have reliable, high quality data, their customers, this is so important, is a key aspect that we commented in the last video, that companies need to generate informations about their customers, products, and services. And the operations can make better with that data. The companies maybe or maybe produce better operations and have better decisions, build better decisions, or take better decisions than those companies without data. It's so important uh, understand this part, because that those companies that have good data can improve their strategic goals, and that those companies that having good data, though those companies maybe take bad decisions, or it's more difficult to manage their data to improve their product services and get goals as a good form. It's uh, that those companies without data, or which unreliable data, failure in managed data. Remember that we are get the knowledge about data management, and that companies that fail in manage their data, it's similar to failure in manage their capital. So in these days, it's so important have good good data management, and without that data management, it's similar to failure in manage their capital, or generates more more benefits about their data. Well, what is the goals of the data? Understanding and supporting the information needs of the enterprise and its stakeholders, including customers, employees, and business partners. It's so important when we use when we analyzed correct the good form or data, uh, that will help us to know stakeholders, customers, employees, and the business in our company. We have strong tools to make better decisions, ensuring the quality of the data and information. We have secure about the data and the quality about our data to build better plans, build our decisions in a best way, or any other task that we have to get with our data, ensuring the privacy and confidentiality of stakeholder data. In some cases, we we will we will work with the data that the stakeholders provide us, and it's so important as a data manager to develop or ensuring the privacy in that data, the privacy and confidentiality, and I add integrity in that data, preventing unauthorized or inappropriate access, manipulation, unused data and information. This is so important when we are working with that data. It's so important limit the access or manage the access that that who can manipulate that data or analyze that data. Remember, in that data, we have information about the customers, and it's important to know that that information is so sensitive. It's like your information. Maybe you give your information a company about your credit cards, about your address, email, cell phone on another. And if you don't, if you want that the company manage your data, ensure that the security and the confidentiality about your data, it's so important. You you must you must do the same of the data with others. And ensuring data can be used effectively and add value to the enterprise. Are the key aspects about our data, the importance of the data into the business, and how you can get that education about the data. Now, focus on the data and ensure that the data that you are managing or manage have a secure, confidential, confidentially and integrity, and ensure that the data and ensure that you will prevent unauthorized or inappropriate access, manipulation, or use data information. It's so important as a professional data management. Well, this is all for today, and I hope you are get a little about this enormous world of the data, and see you in other video.